YouTube. Today is my session. I've got legs, predominantly glutes and hamstrings. Most of my leg sessions are glutes and hamstrings. I know that we've covered that before, but there is some movements in there that are a little bit quaddy. So today I have got the Arsenal leg press, which will be very quad based because it literally forces you into knee flexion straight away. But predominantly everything else is tapered around my glutes and hams, which I'll go through, and it's actually a lucky day for you because this is my second time doing my new rotation. So they've taken one of my hip thrusts away from my pull sessions and put it into here to make this a little bit more glutes and hamstring focused. So I'm really looking forward to showing Nick you, getting strong with it and seeing what we can do. So last time I did this session, I actually trained on my own without the boys, and I did RDL 150 for, it was either 10 or 12 reps. So obviously looking to progress that today as long as my warm-ups feel good. I don't want to force it because I do want to keep a lot of the tension into my glutes and hams. Yes, you do get a lot of erector. Yes, you do get a little bit of back on any hip hinge. You can't get away from it. But I want to keep it somewhat strict to keep more tension into my glutes and hams. So if it doesn't feel like I can take the progression and keep it there, then obviously I won't. But if it does, then I will. So hopefully I can. Hopefully it'll be a good session. So yeah, gonna get to work.
Now, before we get stuck in the session, I've got Charlotte here, our MK coach, and we are gonna go through some execution cues that she's struggling with at the moment with her hip thrusts and a little bit of posing as well. So you're gonna get to see a bikini girl in full-blown off-season doing some posing. So, you know guys, you're gonna have to keep calm whilst you're watching. We'll show you some reality at peak of the off-season now, before she transitions to the prep very, very soon. So you'll be able to see a big difference between what she looks like now and then what she looks like in a few months' time. So pay attention and tune on the channel, subscribe, and you'll get to see more of this as well. Right, let's go. Right. So, main cue points, you're doing a good job keeping a good strong brace. But here, try and bring your feet a little bit more narrow so your joints are stacked, yeah. So we want to be able to draw a straight line from your hip down to your knee, down to your foot. Keep your feet straight, right? A little bit more narrow, try a little bit more narrow. That's it. Okay. Yes. So your position really plays a massive role here as well. So shin, see what I mean, straight away, yeah? Perfect, right, rack. So generally when people get in a hip thrust, what they tend to do is either bring the feet way too far out, which Charlotte was doing, or way too narrow. As a reference point, guys, when you get in there, everyone's got different hip structure, right? So how wide your feet will have to go will differ towards someone else. Charlotte actually has got decent hip structure, so her feet need to go a little bit wider to be in line with her actual hip. So again, as a reference point, guys, when you get in the lift, hip, knee, foot, straight line, and then play about with that stance to suit you and see what you feel best. So how'd that feel now? Yeah? Another thing we can do, we can add a heel wedge to elevate your toes as well, to create a little bit more pressure through the heel. But again, if you really start struggling with it, that's just another option that can add to it. First, let's go without, nail that down. But again, as a reference point, when you get in it, you'll be able to feel the difference straight away. Yeah. So your glute, pretty much stand up straight, stand up, turn around. So your glutes, your lats wrap around your ribcage like this. Glutes, the same thing, they wrap around your actual hip and your pelvis. So when we train them, think about it guys, you put your position two out with your actual feet. When you're thrusting, you're gonna find it a much harder job to actually get your glutes to stretch and then contract as hard. So same principle here guys, yeah? Better?
Straight away.
No quad.
No quad at all.
Perfect. So we'll just have to keep nailing that now.
Yeah.
Any other movements?
No, that's it really.
On the hyper,
Oh,
I want you to put the band on, yeah?
Yeah, underneath and then over.
Yeah. So when you go in it, rotate your feet out slightly. So same again, you'd keep them straight like this if we're trying to target hamstring. Now glute, turn them out slightly and bring your leg out slightly. So that's it, leg out slightly. And then see the difference straight away there, that's it. This stays straight, so stand up straight. This stays straight. Push your hips back as you come down. So rather than flexing over like this, stand up straight, straighten out a little bit. Right, lift this up a little bit, there, right? core braced. Now push your hips back as you come down. There we go, as you come down, up. Don't bend here, do it at the hip. Yeah, that's it. And drive up. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Way better. But just try not to bend here because you get in range of motion through this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yes. So it's literally hip. So drive your hips into my fingers, hips back, and then drive up. Drive through harder, harder, harder. That's it. Yes.
Yeah. No lower back then at all.
Huh?
No lower back. I can't feel it.
Right. That's pretty much peak of off season, as in that's as fluffy as we'll get. Right, now play about with that foot position in a little bit. Pop that hip back. Like everything we do, we'll try and extenuate that. So if you can bend it a little bit and sit into it, yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, you should be able to feel like almost a stretch in your glute as you sit into it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better with that foot position as well. So not totally to the side, that way, because I think you can get a lot more from your hip that way. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yes. How does that feel?
Yeah.
I think that's better. Yeah, because you're so used to putting that foot there, you'll just need to drill it so it's like, but you'll be fine. Yeah. Slight bend at the knee, back into it. Just a slight, that's it. That's better. So, a program for bikini girls. It's definitely a lot more complex when it comes to each individual girl because different people have different shapes and structures and different girls grow in a different way. So, when you look at the split and exercise selection, you have to be mindful of one, how they're actually executing it, and two, what movements they actually need to develop their physique. Now, it's a balance where you need a little bit of everything with mainly a lot more glute, but you still need some lats, you still need some delts, you still need good tone across your quads. But obviously, it's just the size and distribution that truly makes a difference as to what category you're actually going to go into. Bikini girls, it's a fine line that you have to ride where you have to have the development across these areas, but not too much. And then the same again with the condition. You have to get the balance right when you're super lean, but not to the point where the vascular or hard or seeing striations, which that's definitely a fine line in itself.
I don't really know where I'm supposed to feel it. All I feel is vagina. Seriously. Leave it. We were all just sat there laughing. Imagine if you weren't let in.
Drive.
Thank you. adductor. Key points for this one, keep your toes turned out, not all the way out, a tiny little turn out. Focus on keeping your core nice and tight, chest nice and tall, hips locked back. You don't want to be kind of crunched over like a little crab. You want to be nice and tall. When you bring your legs together, don't let the leg pads hit. If they hit, you'll lose tension entirely. Bring them as close as they can without hitting. Pause slowly on the way out. Nice little mini pause at the side before bringing it back in together. Really control your change in direction to really make the most out of every movement. I'll do this side if you want. We moved on to RDLs. I just hit my best set reps ever. Kuba didn't really want me to do a back off set because I'm supposed to do 2 sets on here. But as you could tell, I left it all there. Kuba decided that he wants me to do 4 plates and try and get a couple of reps. I mean, I don't know if it'll move, but we'll give it a good go. Try and get in the zone now, but if we can touch it and at least move it, at least you know that you can do it. And then eventually I'll be able to build up to reps on that, much like what I did on the high incline press.
Let's go, mate. Easy work. Easy. Come on now. Yes. All day. All day. Yes, easy. Come on now. Finish it. Push all day.
So I managed to get, I think it was, if you count off the floor, it's 3. So 3, which is okay. Obviously wasn't going into it very fresh off the back of already doing my top set. So hopefully next time, see what I feel like on 160 to warm up, and then maybe do that for my top set, hopefully for 5-6 reps when I'm feeling a little bit fresher. Off the back of not doing a top set already. So yeah, pretty strong, especially for a little girl. Not so little anymore though. Felt like a giant slug then, rolling down there. Is it setting 5 again this set?
Setting 5 first, that's setting 3 seconds now.
I've got 3 sets. I've got 3 sets. Makes it loads harder doing that. And I used to say that I didn't have the correct structure or biomechanics to do it, and that's a lie really. I was just a bit of an idiot before. I do have quite long arms, I am able to hip hinge well. It's just I used to get very greedy because I used to try and push weights that I wasn't able to do just yet. So what I did in 2020, Kuba made me strip everything back, put everything back to basics, relearn things and then build it back up. And what I did is I built it up really slowly over time. Like obviously now I can go from a plate to 2 plates to 3 plates as my warm up pretty easily. I used to do a plate plus a 5, a 10, and used to work at 80, 90 when it just wasn't, I didn't have the musculature to be able to warrant doing things like 3 plates a side. So don't be scared to pull things back, relearn things properly, and then build things up.
So training is a skill. I say it over and over again. The biggest mistake people make is they don't treat training like any other sport. Any other sport, guys, before you actually get stuck into more advanced drills, you have to practice first. The same principle applies with training. People try to load movements up before they earn the right to do so. You have to earn the right to progress your load, and that comes with skill acquisition. And first, learning the movement pattern and getting better with it. The more skillful you are, the better you can execute, the better you can actually progress the lift over time without it actually stalling, considering that you are able to use progressive overload correctly and not overshoot and overdo your loading progressions prematurely. So, you want to progress, guys? Learn first, load after. Write that down. Come on. 2 reps. Control. Ratio the whole. There you go. Again. Take 1 more. Let's go, Mike. Let's work with this. I'll try. Ah, easy. 1 more. Come on. Come on. Make it look easy. Drive. Yes. Perfect.
Oh, what a bastard. Oh. I bet you get some right camera angles, don't you? My face, fucking hell. I felt like I were going to do a wee when I did every rep. I've got no bladder control anymore.
Let's go then. Stay with it tight. Excellent. Good. Come on. Stay tight, come on. Excellent. Just take time, come on. Let's go. Whatever you can get, come on. And drive. Yes, come on. And drive. Come on. Come on. And drive. Easy. Come on. Yes. Come on. Okay. And drive. Don't let me touch it. Don't let me touch it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Excellent, excellent. Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Quite an important message when I spot loss is just something that I always think about when I go into a set. So just pay attention, guys. The cues I give her, and we'll kind of go through. Take your time, get your set up. Take your time, get your set up. No numbers, just quality, come on. Just quality, no numbers. Hard brace. Yes. Oh, yes. Easy, that's it. Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's go, come on.
Yeah. Good. Drive. Good. Yes, come on, Loz. And drive. Good. Come on. And drive. Yes, come on. Drive. Good. Drive. Easy, come on. Let's go. Stay with it. Quality, good. Perfect. Yeah. Good.
Big breath.
Let's go now. Come on, quality rep. Your rep. And drive. All day. Yes. Well done. Beautiful. Well done. Now, Loz is extremely performance driven. So I understand what it feels like when you sometimes can attach yourself to certain numbers. So some days when I go into a certain set, I don't think about getting any numbers. Literally all I think about is, right, I'm gonna get in the set and I'm gonna do as many reps as I physically can with quality being at the forefront of my mind, not trying to reach a specific number. This is where most people go wrong, progressive overload and use that as a logbook. If you're going to each set with quality at the forefront of your mind, not having to meet a specific number, but meeting a certain standard, that is where you will truly thrive and progress the most. Write that down, motherfucker.
Oh, my glutes. My glutes. Sorry about the profanities. When I'm normally going into it fresh, I can do a hell of a lot more plates than that. Don't be succumbed to looking at your previous sessions numbers when they're coming off the back of not doing as many sets or reps. You can't expect to go into that and be as strong as what it was. Even if you do your session in a different order at times because there's certain people on different machines, you can't expect sometimes for your numbers to be exactly the same. So just make sure that you listen to your body like I have done today. With my hip thrust, obviously we've gone through that, but I'll go through it again. Chin into my chest, making sure that my core stays super tight, making sure that, especially on the way down, that my hips stay under, and making sure that I'm fully extending at the top. With my feet, I'm not too much wider than my hips. I make sure that my feet stay nice and in line. Make sure that all of my feet have got full contact on the floor, gripping with my toes, feeling it in my heels, into my midfoot as well. So I've got really flat feet so I can feel it on all of my foot, really getting into the floor, and that really allows for that good tension at the bottom and the top. I mean, I don't have the best glutes. You might not want to listen to me, but I've been able to manage to grow half a glute with really shit genetics in the glutes, so perhaps it might be good to listen to me sometimes. That is the end of my session. Well, nearly. I've got calves and lats. The reason why I do a little bit of a lat top up is because in figure, as much as we need muscle in specific areas and not like a huge mass of muscles everywhere, I do need to be wider in order to really highlight the shape in which I have, because that's one of my strong points, the fact that I do have quite a strong X frame, so we want to elevate on that. So a little bit of extra lat top up just to get that width going a little bit more throughout this off-season phase. Going to do that via a lat focus pull down of some variety, whichever any person's not on in the gym, because they tend to get taken quite quickly. And then that's it. But that's the end of my kind of new setup with glutes and hams. Probably a little bit more glutes and hamsy than what they were, apart from obviously the leg press, which we already went through at the beginning. But I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover or Kuba to cover, please comment in the thingamajig below. And yeah, all that fun stuff. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I'm boring. We might do something a little bit different to a training session, because that'd probably be quite nice. I know that you like to watch us eat, so that might be a good one.